Sticking on one for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, hello everyone. It is I, Josh Dilligrange, here to bring you a brand new video. And today, I was thinking about this. I was thinking about holiday movies, Christmas movies for that matter. So, let's take a break from the horror and all that stuff. And I might bring a horror movie into the mix, as there are plenty of holiday horror films like Black Christmas, and then of course the remake, Black Xmas. For whatever reason, I figured, I guess, they didn't want to offend people, so they went with Black Xmas. But anyways, enough of that already. So there are, of course there's family movies, and everyone can point out their favorite family Christmas or holiday film, whatever you consider a holiday film. For instance, Christmas Vacation with Chevy Chase. That is a hilarious movie. Still funny today, even though we watch it every single year. Kind of like Christmas Story. Most people watch that every single year when it's on, even though sometimes one station plays it 24/7. That's right. So if you missed it, you can go watch it. But anyways, this movie is actually a low-budget independent film. It's called Homeless for the Holidays, which was filmed in and around where I live. Actually, Butler, Indiana is about 5 miles away from where I live. And in one scene, a wife goes in to buy groceries and then gets brutally called out on the fact that she doesn't have very much money. Because unfortunately, the family loses their home, the father loses his job, therefore they lose the house. So now they're on the streets having to sleep, and of course they got a tent and they end up sleeping in a tent. But anyways, in Auburn, Indiana, that's where most of the film takes place. Penguin Point, which is a fast food restaurant, was used. The husband gets a temporary job there, and it's not enough money. And then a church was used in Auburn, which the family goes to, and ends up the church congregation comes together and donates money. They pick a family, and they end up picking their family. And it's a really heartwarming film. I recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's called Homeless for the Holidays, so good luck trying to find it. I don't know if you can find it on Netflix or any streaming site, but if you haven't seen it, check it out. And then, of course, like I said, Christmas Vacation, which is one of the most funny. I'm not making reviews here. I'm not going to make a review video, but I'm just pointing out. Then, of course, you can't forget the classic, like The Grinch. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I'm not just talking about the Jim Carrey film, but I'm talking about the classic cartoon. Then you have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which there are some people out there who are like, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is sexist because Donner, or was it Bliss, I'm not sure which one of the reindeers, told his wife he had to stay home. And that it's a man's job to go find the kid. Well, here's even though it's a cartoon, in reality, the female deer actually take care of the kids. They take care of the fawns. And the bucks, they impregnate them and they usually move on. But because it's a Christmas movie and it's based on Santa Claus and his 8 reindeers, of course, they're a family unit. So, but yet, Huffington Post talks about it 45 years after the fact that it's a sexist movie, even though it's a cartoon. Oh yeah, who can forget Garfield? Now, I'm not talking about the new Garfield shows or the new Garfield movies, but the actual classic 90s or 80s cartoon that featured Lorenzo Music, who did the voice of Garfield, who then passed away. And of course, also was Peter Bateman in the real Ghostbusters, and of course, Bill Murray complained about how he sounds like Garfield. It's kind of funny because Bill Murray ends up playing in 2 Garfield films as the voice of Garfield, so that's kind of funny in itself. But anyways, there's a lot of great holiday movies out there. So if you have any holiday movies that you have not seen or want to check out, or you have seen, write down below in the comment section what is your favorite holiday Christmas movie. It's a Wonderful Life, that's a classic. Miracle on 34th, that's a classic. They remade it, of course. And then Ernest Saves Christmas. Who remembers that one? That one was pretty funny. And And of course, Santa Claus with Tim Allen, and a whole slew of other films that were Christmas inspired. And, and of course, a lot of people complained about the fact that Black Christmas is a horror film and it takes place on Christmas, but in reality, or just like in Silent Night, Deadly Night, which they try to ban it because it was too violent for its time, but they didn't like the fact that it takes place on Christmas and that the killer dresses up as Santa Claus. Well, here's the thing, though. Evil doesn't take a vacation. They're like, what's next, a giant Easter bunny? Actually, there was sort of a giant killer Easter bunny, I think, in Donnie Darko, which I didn't actually get to see. But, it really isn't a holiday movie anyways. But it's just like Halloween, that's the most scariest night of all, so I just thought about these films, but, like I said, I wasn't going to do a review on, like, any of them, because that'd just take too long to talk about. So if you want to see a good classic movie, check these movies out. I'm sure you've seen them all. They're on, like, every year, unless you're one of those, bah, humbug! Oh, yeah, don't forget Scrooge. And Scrooge with Bill Murray when he plays a man who basically is, bah, humbug to Christmas. So anyways, I want to wish everyone a happy, early, Merry Christmas. I hope everyone has a safe holiday. Happy New Year to all of you. I know it's early, but Christmas is coming in, I forget. But anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you all later, and I will be back later for a live stream. I'll probably jump in and play some Dead by Daylight for a little bit. I haven't been able to play a lot with my friends, and I'm trying to keep the noise down because, I kind of talk a little louder, get a little too excited. I gotta remember not to be so excited when it's like midnight. So, okay guys, I love you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.